YouTube? Welcome to In Between Two Beards. I'm Dub, aka Justin.
I'm Ryan.
And today we're going to be reviewing the Crown 3 tank by UWELL.
Yep.
What the hell?
What?
First off, I don't sound like that.
Yeah, you kind of do.
I think we nailed it.
I think so too. I think that was good, don't you?
I do. I'm proud of us.
No, like, seriously. What are they doing? How'd you get our hats? Seriously. Like...
It was an April Fool's joke.
April Fools!
It's fucking June.
Yeah.
Well, that was weird.
No, dude. Going to work and realize you wore your shirt inside out, that's weird. That was fucking Twilight Zone-ish. I mean, we walk in, our wives are like, oh, welcome in between... You don't even have beards. You can't even say, like, downstairs, because I know. I'm just saying.
What's up for real, guys?
Really welcome in between two beards.
Well, one beard and one whatever he calls that, but you know, whatever. It is what it is.
We all can't have fucking golden locks, like, can't we, fucking asshole? Fucking anyway. Welcome in between two beards, guys. I'm Justin, a.k.a. Dub, for real.
I'm Ryan.
And today we are going to be talking about a full review of the UWELL Crown 3 tank.
Crown 3 is without a doubt proof that third time's not always a charm.
I would love to disagree with him, but I can't.
We have some differing opinions on this tank, but we have a lot of the same.
I think it's bad. He thinks it's atrocious.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there are some redeeming qualities to this tank. However, the thing you got to keep in mind, if you compare this to the Crown 2, then it's like, oh yeah, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
But if you compare this to what, you know, UWELL's fuck up of the Crown 2, the replacement, which was the SE1,
right.
This tank is just not on the same level.
It's like comparing the big baby beast to vaping through this roll of paper. I mean, I don't even know.
Right.
But again, we did the unboxing in the first look video we did a while back.
You guys can check that video out here.
Right, but we will dive down, just show you up close. Want to compare it to the SE1 a little bit or whatever. But we'll dive down real quick. This is going to be a short video,
right.
But we'll be right back. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, this is going to be a very quick up close with the Crown 3. We went over the unboxing, all the contents of the box in our first look. You get a spare coil, spare glass, that weird drip tip condom thing, the key to take the lock ring out, all of that stuff is in the box. Here's what the coil is coming now. They got away with got away from the tubes and the little jewel cases from the old Crowns, but anyway, I don't know what to say. It's a good looking tank. I really like the aesthetics of the Crown 3 compared to, well, pretty much all of the other tanks. They do have this really nice drip tip now. It's 510 drip tip. You've got your 3 airflow slots on the bottom. In my opinion, there's way too much airflow, but we'll go over that later. You've got the one single twist to take off the top. That's really nice. I like that they at least stuck with that. And then you've got these 2 itty-bitty little kidneys to fill your juice in. And as you can see, juice likes to just absolutely pool up here at the bottom, which is a huge drawback to me. I don't like that. Like, every time I take the top off to fill it, I've got juice everywhere because it just sits up there. And then it sits in the top cap itself, and yeah, you just get juice all over your hands. So, anyway, we've got that stupid lock ring. I thought they had learned their lesson with that thing on the Crown 2 because it was a really good concept on paper, but it sucks. I hate it. It's a pain in the dick to mess with. I know you can leave it out, but for the sake of the video, I put it back in there. But anyway, I'm not going to take the tank all the way apart. We did that again in our first look. But if you take that off, it's reverse threaded. You can take the tank all the way apart. And then obviously to get to your coil, just take the base off, and there are stops on both sides of the airflow. Just unscrew the bottom here, and they've got this weird setup here with the notches in the bottom there for the positive connection, and then they've got the drop-in threadless coils, which are supposed to reduce getting juice all over yourself, I guess, when you're changing the coil. But I think it makes it worse because you got to kind of get fingernails up under here. And, well, that time it came right out. Fuck me, right? But most of the time I struggle to get this out, and it gets juice everywhere, and I spill half my tank, and yeah. We see you've got the nice wide bore. They're stainless steel coils. I believe they're wrapped in parallel. This is a 0.25. They also have the 0.5 option. And, yeah, I mean, there's not a lot else to say about it. I know this was a really quick up close, but again, we went over all this stuff in our first look, so I don't think we need to go over it again. In my opinion, these coils are just the worst ones that UWELL have ever come out with, other than like the first batch of the Crown 2 coils that everybody knows and hates. But anyway, for just a quick reference, here's an SE1 next to the Crown 3. They're about the same height. This one's just a tiny bit taller. I believe they're actually the same width and everything. I think aesthetically the Crown 3 definitely is a little bit prettier than the SE1 or the Crown 2, which they basically look the same except for the airflow. But I like the airflow better on the on the SE1. I like the coils better on the SE1. I think the SE1 was just a better tank for UWELL than the Crown 3, but we're going to go over that more here in just a minute, and we'll be right back. All right, that was, again, just a real quick overview up close of the Crown 3. Not going to waste any time. Jump right into pros and cons. Pros, for me, aesthetically, this is the best looking Crown.
This is a beautiful tank.
Gorgeous. Build quality, almost second to none. I've had no problems with, I hate to compare everything, but I love the Big Baby Beast, but there's a lot of things I hated about that tank. The airflow ring was just a piece of shit. I don't have any of those problems with this. Unfortunately for me, that's where the pros end.
UWELL did take the time to improve their stock tip.
I'm sorry. I like the big
I still prefer like an epoxy aftermarket tip,
yeah.
But I'm just saying for straight out of the box, this is manageable. This is made of Delrin, and it's nice, and it looks good. Like you said, aesthetics are great, but the cons just so far outweigh the pros.
Oh, where do we start, man? Juice consumption is awful.
Insane. Now, keep in mind, we are having trouble placing this tank into a category.
Yeah, it doesn't fit in like your normal sub-ohm tanks. It really doesn't fit.
This fits great between 45 and 55 watts.
Yeah, it doesn't do that. If I turn this down here, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to turn this down to 50 watts. Went way past 50 watts.
I get more flavor out of an oxygen tank.
I'm at 54 watts, and it just doesn't do anything. And this is the 0.25 coil. There's nothing there. So clearly you got to turn it up more than that.
Now, in their defense, they do say that it needs to be up there closer to like 75 to 90 watts, but we got this thing turned up to 100 watts, and we're just starting to get some flavor.
Right. At 100 watts, it finally starts to give a little bit of heat, and it starts to get a little bit of flavor, which sucks.
We're at 23 amps, and we're not getting flavor.
It sucks because it's well over 5 volts. It's like 5.2 volts. And we've got this amazing juice in here, which we want to shout out to the guys at Bombsicle.
Yes.
We met those guys at the vape show last week, or it's been 3 weeks ago by the time this video will go up. They hooked us up with a bottle of juice to do a review. We didn't really think we could do an entire video, so we wanted to throw it in on this. If you guys like bomb pops, rocket pops, the popsicle that has
ice cream man style,
cherry and blue raspberry and lemonade, this stuff is exactly
you can taste
that.
The fucking stick.
It's so weird because we made a joke with those guys. It's like, holy shit, I can taste the wooden stick. How did you do that? They were like, you're the first person to ever say that. So, I don't know. Anyway, we want to give a huge shout out to these guys. Their juice is amazing. We will put a link to their website in the description where you can get it.
It's the only juice they make that I know of.
Yeah, unfortunately, as good as this stuff is, even the awesome flavor of this juice can't come through on this tank. And again, at 100 watts, I'm finally starting to get a little bit of flavor, but the problem is I'm afraid that at 100 watts or 105 watts or 10 watts, I'm going to burn the coil out in 10 minutes.
I would definitely recommend the Bombsicle juice for a dripper, or maybe even like the Blazer, something like a really nice super tank that can wick it,
you can
but at the same time you'll get that flavor. This, unfortunately, I feel like the flavor is good on this tank.
I disagree.
The flavor is not bad on this tank. It is nowhere near on the level of the Alabo or the Unimax.
See, to me, it ranks right up with the Alabo. There's just a pure lack of... I'm going to turn this up to 110 watts just to see if I can get any flavor out of it.
It's got okay flavor. I'm getting flavor that's coming through it.
Okay, at 110 watts, there's some flavor right there. But let's be realistic. I can't take this tank to work and vape at 110 watts all day. The coil is going to last me a day and a half, and the batteries are going to last me 5 minutes. So,
yeah, so like I said, my biggest pros or biggest cons for this are going to be straight up off the bat is going to be the fact juice consumption is unexpectedly bad.
Yeah.
Like, this thing sucks about as much juice as your Blazer, and that thing has a massive
the
Cloud
Blazer,
Beast coil.
the Blazer obviously uses the big TFV8 style coils. This doesn't. This has that drop-in coil, which I hate.
Right, I'm not...
They say the whole point of that is to keep your hands clean so you don't have to unscrew stuff.
I had more trouble pulling that thing out than...
It takes so much effort to pull it out, you end up spilling half your juice anyway out of your tank.
Another big con for me is the fact that the Crown series, or UWELL for that matter, are very well known for how long their coils last.
3 days?
3 days,
yeah,
maybe.
2.5,
maybe.
3 days?
And I'm sorry, for me, on a Crown tank, that's unacceptable. I'm usually averaging anywhere between 5 to 6 days, and I'm not getting anything close to that.
Right.
I had this thing in there, and I was vaping it normal. I wasn't even up to the 110 watts. I was vaping this at like 90 watts, where they recommend it, and unfortunately...
Already, just doing this video, I'm starting to get some dry hits, and this is a brand new coil. I've been wicking this for probably, 4 hours now?
Yeah, it's been sitting.
We put juice in them, put new coils in them, and sat them behind us while we did a couple of videos for the last several hours. I'm already getting some dry hits.
Another big con for me. Big con. The fill ports on this tank are horrendous. Yeah. They're too small. Granted, I like the fact that they give you a half kidney on each side to choose from, but if you look at this compared to the SE1's fill ports, which were wonderful, big, large, and it sat recessed into the tank. These were great. Another big problem you're going to have with these is every time you take a hit and you pull the top off, you're going to have juice all over the top.
Juice just absolutely
all over the place.
Pulls up there. One thing I don't understand, and I'm not trying to call anybody out, mad respect for every reviewer on YouTube, because who are we, right?
Right.
But every single person that reviewed this tank was like, there's no break-in period. You put a coil in, you put juice in it, you're full flavor from hit number 1. I'm sorry, but that's not true.
It took about a quarter tank.
It's nowhere near as bad as the Crown 1 and the Crown 2 coils. I will give you that. It's nowhere near that bad. There's not that weird, earthy, cottony flavor. But there is still a cotton flavor break-in period. So just want to throw that out there.
Now, I will say this. I used some of Juice Papa's Razzle Dazzle in here for the first week that I was using it, and the flavor was good. But then again, I feel like that's a juice that's just so flavorful that it's going to come through no matter what. But, like I said, guys, I'm disappointed. It's kind of like when your parents, you know you've done fucked up. You know you did. And you're waiting for your dad to literally just beat the living fucking shit out of you.
Right.
And then he's like, son, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. You're like, no! Beat my fucking ass! It will hurt less! It's a stake through the heart. And I hold the UWELL flag so high because I love 90% of their products. And it's just the fact that it's like, okay, you guys had the Crown 2, you fucked up. Okay, everybody, even Metallica had Saint Anger.
You made up for it with the SE1, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I love that tank.
And we got Death Magnetic for Metallica, so it works out.
I wouldn't go there, but that's not this video. Overall, I just think
they could have done for all the hype that was surrounding around this tank.
I was so excited to get this. I was so excited to get this. When we did our first look, was the day I got mine. We literally filmed me opening it, and I was super excited, and then it was just a letdown from there on.
Like I said,
I'm with you. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I'm mad that I wasted $30 on this thing. $32? It was kind of expensive.
I got mine directly from UWELL because I didn't want to fucking run the risk.
Right. I don't remember where I even got mine. But I don't know. It doesn't matter. Anyway,
like I said, the airflow on this, there's too much.
Too much. It's hard to restrict it down enough for me. I like a little bit tighter of a draw. I don't like massive wide open. On my Blazer,
I don't mind airflow.
I keep the airflow down like
yeah,
at a quarter,
right.
you know, and that's pretty much what I have to do.
I don't mind a lot of airflow. I just want there to be enough flavor behind the airflow to go with it,
Right,
and there's just not enough air. There's not enough flavor behind this for. Like I said, is it vapable? Yeah, it's just that it's just not as good as it could be.
Right.
Like I really thought the next step, and and that's the other thing too. If they were gonna do like, oh, we want to do like a fucking super tank, then build a fucking super tank.
Right.
You guys did this like halfway, half-ass, in between, not exactly sure what the fuck to call it thing, and now I've got to be here and bitch about it because it's like I can't.
Right.
I couldn't tell one of my friends is like, duh. I'm thinking about getting the UWELL Crown 3, man. What do you, I can't with all. Oh no, get it, man. No, I can't tell you to get it because I can tell you. Get the SE1. It's a better
if you're dead,
tank.
If you're dead set on a good tank that has good coil life, very good flavor, juice consumption's not crazy, go with the SE1. Go with the big baby beast. If you want something with high power that you can pump 100, 120, 140, 150, whatever watts, 6,000 watts like they're doing now, go somewhere else. Check out the Cloud Beast. Check out the Blazer. There's just a plethora of these high wattage tanks out there right now. Get right to it. If I were to drop this in the toilet, if someone were to come in here and take it from me, would I buy it again? No.
Dude, it's taking everything I have to not screw this off the mod and just throw it at the wall.
I'll be completely
like,
honest.
oh no, it broke.
I have a drawer where my stuff I don't use goes,
drawer,
and
no
as
return.
soon as this video is done, this is going in the drawer. I'm not going to waste this tank of juice, but with the way this thing sucks juice, it'll be gone in 5 minutes anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah, I like the drip tip. I use this drip tip on my Geek Vape Amit tank because I love the drip tip.
I'm gonna keep the drip tip just because it's a good tip.
But that's sad that the only redeeming quality of the entire tank is its looks and its drip tip.
That's the fact that UWELL is not famous. You know what, Crown or UWELL? Give me the shitty drip tip with the good tank again. Like, I'll take that. I can replace the drip tip. There's no other... And that's the other thing. When we were doing the Midwest Vapor Expo a couple of weeks ago, a lot of people were like, oh yeah, I like the Crown, but I can't find coils. Coils apparently are very difficult to find right now.
We found these on My Vapor Store. It's the only place we could find them in stock when we got them to do this video, because we both blew through the 2 coils the tank came from so quick that it took us a while to find coils to replace those. So that's another huge thing.
Like I said, guys, you pick a worse tank.
I hate to be such just a downer on this thing because I know I can already see it. We're going to get comments that are like, well, you're fucking stupid. This thing's amazing. That's fine. As we always say, if this tank works for you, awesome. Use it. That's fine.
Super subjective.
If it keeps you off of cigarettes, use it. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's the Crown 3. I don't care if you're using juicy juice in the Crown 3. If you're hitting,
be like
if you're
hitting out the dead camel's asshole,
if you're hitting Arctic Grape from Juicy on the Crown 3, and that's what works for you, awesome.
Yeah.
But as far as the beards go, no. Thumbs down all the way. I hate this tank.
Like I said, guys,
it's going in the drawer.
It's not the worst. I don't want it to just come off like it, because I know you just hate it.
It's not as bad as the Unimax.
No.
It's not as bad as some of the other tanks I've used.
The Alabo.
I put it right there with the Alabo.
I think it's better than the Alabo.
The only difference is the Alabo, I could vape at a low enough wattage and get a satisfying enough vape. I just had no flavor. This, I can't get heat. I can't get flavor.
That's probably, you know what, honestly, that right there, I think is the biggest problem with this entire mod when it comes to the flavor. I'm getting flavor. I'm just not getting the burst of flavor that I can get at other tanks. But the heat's not there.
There's
like I said, we're vaping this at 100 watts. I should be like, oh shit, man, that's getting hot.
Right.
This thing's not even warm.
Right. There's no heat to the vape whatsoever.
It's just not working for me. Like I said, is there worse tanks out there?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Are there better tanks out there?
Absolutely. Fuck yes, there is. So on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm going to rank this at about a 4.
2.
I'm giving it a 4 only because, like I said, it is so pretty.
It's
and
pretty.
The drip tip is nice.
It's a pretty tank.
I do like their easy access, like to lift up to get to the. I don't like the pour bowls.
I guess I'm spoiled with all these tanks that are coming out where I don't have to remove the top cap to fill up.
That's like the new trend. So they might want to. One other quick thing, guys. We said it on the up close. The locking ring. I don't know why they brought this back.
No.
The Crown 2 was a fuck up from the start. It had that lock in it.
Right.
Why? The SE1 did not have it. I don't understand why they felt the need to bring it back. It took me 10 minutes to get the damn thing off.
It wouldn't come loose.
It comes with that key, but it's just like I said. It's just such a poorly executed tank. And that's what I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah. Sorry for the rant, but again, for something that was hyped up for so long,
we were just, like I said, I'm not upset. I'm just disappointed, man. I just expected so much more from UWELL, especially with how many awesome shit is coming out on the market right now.
Fly to China and make them give me my $29.99 back. Like that's
give me back my money.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. But anyway.
Yeah,
if you guys like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe. If you don't like it, that's fine. Let us know why.
This is like if the Crown 3 is to UWELL as like Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Steven Spielberg.
Pretty much.
Like it's like it didn't have to be bad,
but it was.
But it was. Yeah. You know, so
they went ahead and hired freaking Shia LaBeouf apparently to design this thing.
Apparently.
But guys, check us out on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at InBetweenTwoBeards. Send us an email, InBetweenTwoBeards@gmail.com.
And like I said, if you guys like the video, give us a thumbs up. Yep. Hit that subscribe button, guys. Like I said, we appreciate all the support we've been getting and everything else. Yep. Hopefully this video doesn't piss off too many people.
Hey, if it does and it revels some feathers, man, that's fine. Again, as we've said so many times,
this is our opinion.
It's our opinion.
It's our opinion,
it's
guys.
Our experience with the product. There have been so many people that were like, the Joytech Primo is my favorite mod ever. It was the worst mod I've ever used. So it's all subjective. It's
right.
Our opinion.
And even we don't always agree on everything like that.
Not.
But, like I said,
we went back and forth on this a lot. And
well, because there were, dude, if you remember right, the first day I'm like, oh my god, the flavor's good. The heat could be better, but it's good. I like it. And then the second day I'm like, dude, what the fuck? I'd rather fist a kitten. Like, this is terrible.
But the third day, the coil was done.
And the coil was done, and I'm like, dude, I don't have a spare coil, so fuck it. Yep. I'm done. Fucking done.
Anyway, guys, we appreciate it, and until next time, vape on.
Vape on, guys.